Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar
hi.
by the door.
Wait, what year is it? Is it 2021 yet? Please tell me it's 2021. No? Still 2020. Well, that's a problem. Anyway, thanks for tuning into Wine School. I thought I'd try something basic. I'm thinking of making like some like tacos and maybe like a little spinach salad for dinner. And I was thinking white wine. And I have a couple cases of this very regular Sauvignon Blanc. Alias is the producer. North Coast AVA. It's a huge AVA. It's almost meaningless. It basically just means like Northern California. So that means they could be sourcing the fruit from anywhere in Northern California, making it in Napa. I got this wine. I got actually 2 cases of this wine in March before everything shut down for an event that really just required like a thoughtless, sort of like easygoing white wine that was affordable and that you could like drink out of a paper cup and just like get drunk on. So I just had these sitting here in my place, not particularly climate controlled, not in the sun, but like it was hot this summer and it's been chilly recently. So I'm basically like checking it out to see what state it's in. And I'm going to review it as if it's a regular wine, as if I don't know how expensive it is. Let's say I do know it's under $15. First, just to assess, see if there are any faults, see if it's like gone bad over these 9 months, like sitting in my warm house. Or if it's still good. This is part of the conversation with natural versus conventional wine. Like this is probably like leaning natural, but 100% bet that they add sulfur dioxide to this wine at multiple stages along the winemaking journey. And really the only reason for doing that, the only excuse you can have for doing that is if you're trying to preserve the wine and make it more shelf stable. So this should be a perfect example of a type of wine that you can buy a case of, sit it somewhere, forget about it for 9 months, and come back to it, and it should be pretty good. So I am going to give this, a score, either a thumbs up, a meh, or a thumbs down. I'm guessing it's going to get a meh because it is probably fine, but like uninteresting. It's going to be hard for it to get a thumbs up. It's going to have to be inspirational in some way. What's inspirational? It's going to be hard to get a thumbs up. It has to be inspiring or interesting, or like make me want to come back to it in some way. Basically, it will achieve a meh rating if I decide that I will drink this along with my dinner, and not just use it as a test case. So, Sauvignon Blanc, whatever, I could care less about Sauvignon Blanc in most cases, unless it is like super sexy. Kind of light golden color. No real like green tinges. Extremely clean and clear looking. Doesn't smell flawed. Yay for sulfur. Not particularly citrusy, but a little bit more of like a deep, ripe fruitiness, like a yellow apple. Maybe like a little bit of like a yeasty, like wheat bread kind of smell, which is cool. A little flinty. It smells a little bit like, slightly metallic or like a very sanitized river, almost like at a water park. Maybe, is that chlorine? Am I smelling chlorine? Yeah, it smells very clean, very light. Barely perceive any fruitiness at all. The thing that's surprising me, and the thing that I probably initially drew me to purchase this wine in the first place, because I think I had tried it, there is still like vibrant, like mouth-watering acidity, which you're really hoping for in a fresh, in a wine that's supposed to be fresh like this. More acid than I was expecting. Just like the slightest, like metallic aftertaste. Tastes like very little. Maybe like a little bit of like a almost ripe fig kind of flavor. I don't necessarily taste the apple fruit on the palate. It's more just like clean and light and fresh and zingy and acid. Almost medium bodied, medium minus in its weight. Not a lot to say about it, but I think that's what makes this like just like a party cup wine. It's inoffensive, but it also is inoffensive. And so that may be appealing to you, or if you're like me, that is a reason that you're not going to give this a second look. Now the question is, am I going to actually drink any more of this? I might have like a half a glass of it with my dinner, but I'll be really surprised if I drink a full glass of this. So it's like hovering between like a meh and a thumbs down, just for its kind of like milquetoast, limp, lack of character. But it is a complete wine, and I think for a lot of people this is all they're looking for. So take that for what you will. All right, well that's it. Thank you for watching. It's been a blast. I'll do something more interesting next time. Perhaps something expensive. Perhaps something that a lot of people like that I'm probably going to hate. Does that sound familiar? Coming up next. Bye. Wine school.